Tuesday, October 16th, 2015. It is now 4:32. If you can please stand for a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence after. Mr. Myers, will you lead us?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Can we have a roll call on the commissioners, please?
Soto Presley?
Here.
Kasperky? Here. Navejas?
Here.
Myrix?
Here.
Poppridge?
Here. For the record, all five are present, no absent. Number 3, declaration of conflict of interest. Okay, number 4, communications.
None were received.
Okay, number 5, minutes from September 1st, 2015.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes for the Hammond Redevelopment Commission meeting for September 1st, 2015.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the minutes for September 1st, 2015. Is there any questions or discussion or correction on these minutes? Okay, roll call on the minutes.
Soto Presley?
Yes.
Kasperky?
Yes.
Navejas?
Yes.
Myrix?
Yes.
Poppridge?
Yes. Motion passes 5 yes. Okay, number 6 is our homebound forgivable loan approval. We're going to skip that for a minute and come back to it. So we will move to number 7, determination of compliance for the corner site Hammond LLC, 7843 Indianapolis Boulevard, located in the Gateways redevelopment area.
Hi.
Hello.
Afternoon.
Welcome.
David Schwartz on behalf of Corner Site Hammond. The project is a little bit under 5,000 square foot, multi-tenant strip center on the site of a former Burger King on Indianapolis Boulevard and Interstate Drive. We were directed to the site by Starbucks, who was looking to get into that area and capitalize on the northbound traffic heading towards Interstate 80 on Indianapolis. The building conforms to all the zoning. We think it'll be a nice addition. And we're working with a couple other tenants right now, Sport Clips, franchisee, and possibly Subway as well to round out the rest of the space.
I didn't see any item about a timeline. Do we have a timeline yet? I know we're step 1.
Yeah, we own the property, but we were waiting for at least one more tenant to finish the building so that we make sure we build it to their specifications, if it's going to be a 2-tenant or a 3-tenant building. So, and we're getting close. So we imagine we will lock in the building within the next couple of months and be in for building permits and hopefully start construction probably maybe February, something like that, if we can get in the ground.
How long will it take to construct it?
Once you get into the ground, it goes pretty quickly, 3-4 months, and they're in, yeah.
So Starbucks and K Jewelers pretty solid?
No, K Jewelers, actually, if there's one sheet that still says K, and that's a mistake. We were pretty close with K, but they ended up backing out. So it's likely going to be a 3-tenant project right now. So we're talking to Sport Clips for the center space. And then we'll just have one more space, another 1,800 feet or so to fill.
What for the center space? I'm sorry?
Oh, Sport Clips?
Oh.
It's it's a chain haircut store, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they do a hot towel treatment or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, is there any questions? If not, I'd like to have Brian Poland come up. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
So did you get all your questions answered about the nature of the project?
Pretty much.
That looks pretty straightforward.
Okay, and actually, that's the theme of my comments, pretty straightforward.
So you don't need me.
Of course I do. Project is located in the Gateways redevelopment area. That area is on the south side of the Borman Expressway, going from Indianapolis Boulevard all the way over to, including the Oxbow area. As is indicated by Mr. Schwartz, it was the site of the former Burger King and has been vacant. I can't even remember how long it's been vacant. It's almost, 20 years now since the Burger King was there?
So
Yeah,
we were discussing that.
it,
We
trying to
couldn't-
figure it out.
We couldn't
Yeah.
remember either.
Yeah,
Because Builders Square
Long
closed in
time.
1999.
right.
It was some right after that.
Yeah, so anyway, it's obviously been ripe for development. It's in a, good location, right at a major interchange, right across from the Cabela's development and, all those types of things that are going well in that part of the city. So in looking at the redevelopment plan, a lot of the goals are strengthening our corridors, our commercial development, efficient traffic movements. There's been some discussions about this particular site of the awkwardness of, as you're coming in off the signalized intersection, where some of the curb cuts are, and we've been working through that on the site plan side of it. You see the elevations on the architecture of the building. The materials that are being proposed are, traditional materials. The design is contemporary yet traditional. It's we're going to work well with what's in the area. And that's the idea of having a harmonious, unified commercial retail development is one of the primary things that are stated in the redevelopment plan. I think there's still some, little things on the site plan that we still need to go through. We were looking for further information about some outdoor seating that may be at the Starbucks. Obviously, signage is always a question for us from a zoning standpoint, but it's a little bit premature to see the signage. And then there is a bit of an issue with an access easement that's on the western side of the property that the developer has been working with the adjacent property owners to try and straighten out how they're going to address the access easement. With that in mind, the project is in keeping with the architectural character of the area, in keeping with the intent of the redevelopment plan for commercial development. The staff recommends that the redevelopment commission determine that the proposed multi-tenant retail building at 7843 Indianapolis Boulevard is in compliance with the Gateways redevelopment area, subject to the technical review of the site plan, lights, landscaping, signage, drainage, outdoor seating, and other applicable provisions.
Brian, and maybe Mrs. Schwartz can answer this. I didn't notice in here where it said anything, whether it's going to be like a drive-through or.
Yes, the Starbucks will.
There's a picture there.
Yeah, it's in the site, it should be on the site plan drawing. Yeah, there is a drive-through.
It's like the fourth
Did I
page.
miss it?
It's in there.
It's actually right on the colorful, right on top.
Yeah, I
The
know, I
drive-through. Drive-through's
Maybe
right-
I need
right
some
on-
new glasses, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right, that's all right.
There's a close-up.
Right, there's another one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be sheet 4.
Commissioners, if there's no other questions, without trying to repeat what Mr. Pullen just said, I so move.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the determination compliance for the corner site Hammond LLC at 7843 Indianapolis Boulevard, located in the Gateways redevelopment area,
Subject to?
subject to
Drive-through right there.
the technical review of the site plan, landscaping, signage, drainage, outdoor seating, and other applicable provisions. If there's no more questions for Mr. Schwartz or Mr. Poland, can we have a roll call?
Did you have a second on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear the second.
Soto Presley?
Yes.
Casbricky?
Yes.
Navejas?
Yes.
Myrick?
Yes.
Halbridge?
Yes, motion passes 5 yes.
Thank you, Mr.
Congratulations.
Poland. Mrs. Swartz?
That's actually very exciting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go have a cup of coffee. Gee, I love your t-shirt.
Okay, we're going to move back to number 6, our homebound conditional forgivable loan approval.
Commissioners, this is for 7 homebound conditional forgivable loan approvals. They're all here except for Jonathan and Christopher White. Everybody else want to come up?
Can they please stand and come forward? Welcome.
And then you'll see that Joseph, I'm not going to pronounce his last name. He's receiving $3,500. He's a teacher.
Okay. What school?
Yay, gotta
So
move
what
upstairs
school?
now.
Fieldcrest Elementary, it's in the Markham School District in Illinois.
Okay. So how did you hear about our program? Since I got you up here.
I actually was kind of converted to this program through my lender, Mike Forrest.
Okay.
So he was kind of the one that helped like figure out some of the programs that I might be available or eligible for down payment assistance.
What institutions you with?
Resource something. I can't remember the name. He's just a broker and they're gonna sell my loan off.
Right.
A pretty common occurrence.
So, Ms. Perez, how did you hear about our program?
From my agent.
Who's your agent?
His name is Lauro Sanchez.
I know him. He's right here in Hammond.
Yeah.
He used to be,
He actually helped my sister with a house from East Chicago.
yeah. I know. He used to be with American Home. I think he has his own brokerage now. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Let's try one more. Ms. Deborah Lucas, how did you hear about our program?
I heard about it first through the internet because I was looking for ways to help with down payment or with closing costs. And then it led me to the homebound program in Hammond. And then through my bank, I talked to some people there and they told me about it.
Okay, who's your bank?
First Merchants.
First Merchants, okay. Well, I don't have any other questions. Anyone else?
Can I kind of take this topic and kind of go over to Phil, or maybe, is there tag words on the internet where our homebound program exists, or?
I don't think we pay any additional fee or anything so that it would pop up in that situation. But I think, as you can see, this program is probably one of our most successful, So I think the word is out, and most of the realtors know about it. We always talk about it at the Realtors Breakfast, which I think is really key to the success of this. And a lot of the banks are aware of it. And I think that's why we get so many applicants that come through here on a biweekly basis.
We're up to 80 applicants, as I'm going to be closing one this afternoon. So she's going to be number 80. Last year, we closed 55.
Wow.
So it's definitely, the word is out there.
Spread the opportunity. Yay.
It's growing.
And then I did talk to Christopher White's father on the phone, so I'm surprised that they didn't show up. But I'll put them on the agenda so they can show up next week. But if you can approve them, because I believe they will be closing soon too.
Right, I was gonna ask you, would it affect them being able to close? Okay. Well, with that, Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for the 7 applicants with the condition that Jonathan and Christopher White return for a future meeting.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for the 7 applicants. If there's no more questions or discussion, roll call.
Soto Presley?
Yes.
Hesperky?
Yes.
Navejas?
Yes.
Myricks?
Yes.
Poppridge?
Yes, motion passes, 5 yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you all.
And good luck.
Yes.
Okay, number 8 is our reports. Mr. Field Taylor, would you like to share anything tonight?
Sure. First, thanks to the commissioners for determining compliance for the future Starbucks in Hammond. I think it goes without saying that it's a great location for that type of business. I think the ingress egress for that site is very good. I think you can get in and out fairly quickly. I hope that the developer doesn't have any problems filling the other 2 units. I would assume that they'll fill up fairly quickly as well. I have had a recent discussion with one of the realtors at that site. They do have another user who they're not willing to disclose just yet, but I believe they would be in the inline space where the old Kmart was. It's approximately 60,000 square feet, so hopefully very soon we get more information on who that user is as well. But that site seems to be doing well as far as generating different businesses that are looking there, and I think with the Cabela's and the Walmart across the street, that certainly doesn't hurt. So thank you. Beyond that, I just want to mention the HC3, and I'm not going to, it used to be the Hessville Business Association. It's now the Hessville Community and Creative something, which I can never remember the name, is having their zombie crawl on Saturday, October 17th. They asked that I mention that. So if any redevelopment commissioners can come out, it's in Hessville. It's right off Kennedy. I believe they're starting at Pioneer Tap. And even though I rarely drink alcohol, I probably will show up and be a part of that. So.
What constitutes a zombie crawl? What does that involve of us?
Well, it means that you need to get dressed up, make yourself as scary as humanly possible, and go from bar to bar and just talk to friends and have some fun. That's all I'm suggesting. Whatever you do beyond that is on you. There will be a trolley as well for people that have trouble walking long periods of time. So, but I was told it's a, Hessville is an interesting part of the city that we're really, we have some momentum there. I use that word a lot probably, but we really do in that we, with the new Dunkin' Donuts that we know is coming in, with everything that's going on at Oxbow Landing, with the purchase of the FOP property that could evolve into a couple of different things that we should close on sometime in December. And then as of yesterday, I closed on the Brothers 2 property. We are now the official owners. I have the keys. However, the previous owner asked if he can have 2 weeks because he hasn't been able to get all of his personal effects out. And I mentioned to him that won't be a problem. I'll give him 2 weeks, and then we basically can have access to the building, take a look at it, do a walkthrough if we prefer. But eventually the goal is to raise the building and then put a sign up and see what type of development would be interested in happening at that site. I think it's a good corner, and I think that in the future we could have something that everybody in Hessville will be happy that located there. Beyond that, the only other comment I wanted to make is, in the newspaper, it was brought up that 18th Street Brewery is going to be locating in downtown Hammond. I know we talked about it once already. They already purchased their property. They were doing a lot of work at the site. They're going to have all their manufacturing in Hammond, and then there's going to be what they're calling a tasting room and food, or otherwise known as a brew pub in my mind. There is a plan for them to open approximately December 18th. And as part of that, we might be collaborating on a brew festival. It would be Hammond's second brew festival. I know the Port Authority ran one in Robertsdale. This would be in downtown. And then potentially 18th Street Brewery is talking about having a bottle release for their grand opening and the brew festival. So it could really generate a lot of excitement, a lot of traffic, and it could be great for downtown Hammond. So I just want people to get it on their schedule now. There is the chance that the dates can change based on things that could come up that we're not aware of right now, but potentially December 19th would be that festival, and I'd love to have a great turnout in Hammond, because I think this is, just from the comments I've received from a lot of different residents and people that don't live in Hammond, there's a lot of excitement about this new facility. So that's all I have. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Did you say the 19th or the 18th?
They're actually planning on opening December 18th, but the brew festival would be Saturday, December 19th.
Okay.
Now, there's a chance that those two dates merge, but I would keep that weekend open.
Okay.
Thank you, Phil. You're welcome. Okay, we will move to number 10. Is there any new and unfinished business? Okay. Number 11, public comment. Anybody? Oh, excuse me, let me move back. Number 9, our bills. Apologize for that.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to pay the Register of Claims for August 1st, 6th, I stand corrected, August 6th through October 1st for Register of Claims 52319 through R52532.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the Register of Claims, August 6, 2015 through October 6, 2015 for tonight's redevelopment commission meeting, which is October 6, 2015. Claim R52319 through R52532. Is there any questions or discussion on the bills? Okay, roll call, please.
Soto Presley?
Yes.
Casperky?
Yes.
Navejas?
Yes.
Myricks?
Yes.
Poppers?
Yes. Bills pass, 5 yes. Okay, I got ahead of myself there. If there was no new and unfinished business, we will move to number 11, public comment. If anybody would like to speak, please come forward. You have 3 minutes. Okay, public comment closed. Number 12.
Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Can you all signify by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Meeting adjourned.